All right, today let's talk about why and how and when some investors decide to increase their allocation to our hard money lending fund. This is another daily parallel brief. We talk all things investments and finances as it relates to our hard money lending fund and what we see going on. This is not financial advice. This is not investment advice by any means. We're not qualified. If you want advice, go somewhere else. Big disclaimer on our end. So let's talk about how investors decide what the process is to allocate more. We had a video come out last week how we talked about why investors tend to start with the minimum. And this is kind of part two to that. It kind of goes hand in hand with that. So when investors starts to invest with us, whether it's the minimum, whether it's a high amount, whether it is the average size, whatever it may be, usually they do that with the intent to see how the investment works, to see how the process works. So that's typically number one of how they decide when to allocate more. They want to learn about the investment. It's one thing to teach and to talk and walk people through, but it's another thing to actually invest and learn as you go. So most people want to learn as you go. So that's the first process and how an investor chooses to potentially allocate more investment to at least our fund, what we have to offer. They want to learn the process. They want to get the feel for it. They want to see if they like it. Number two, they want to see if there's things they don't like about it, or if it's kind of clunky or funky, or if we're not living up to maybe what we talked about. Right? That's a big thing. If I'm investing in someone else's fund and they're saying one thing and it's not happening, I'm going to want to know why, or did I misunderstand something, right? So they want to make sure that they like it. They want to make sure they understand something. And then three, the most important part, they want to make sure that we can actually perform. And so once they see that we can perform, and hopefully we do and continue, that's when they typically decide to allocate more. And not just allocate more, that's when people probably decide to tell friends and to tell potential other people they know that may be interested in it. So how, when, why our investors decide to increase their allocation. They want to see the process. They want to see us follow through what we say we're going to do, and they want to see us just perform. It always comes down to performance in any field you're in. Perform. If you perform, people are tending to, or they're going to want to at least be inclined to think about allocating more. But that tends to be the process. They invest a certain amount, and then if we perform, if they like it, if it fits, and if we're doing everything we say we're going to do, they tend to allocate more. Again, this is just a daily parallel brief, 2-3 minute clips we do every weekday, talking all things investments and finances as it relates to the hard money lending fund that we run. Again, if this is your first video watching, we have a hard money lending fund that we run in Texas. We lend out majority to fix and flippers or builders that are involved in ground up construction projects, first lien positions, majority all throughout Texas, but majority DFW. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. If you reach out with more questions about anything, please let us in the comments below. We're happy to talk, and we're trying to grow this channel a little bit. We'll see if it works, but please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us grow. We'll see you next time. Peace.